So this video is regarding Python Django. It's a very robust tool. Means it helps us to develop software which are mainly which follow the MVT architecture, means model view and control architecture. It's it's used for creating web applications. Basically, web application is something which is hosted in a remote server, and we access that application using the command line, using the web browsers. So here what we are going to do is just demonstrate an application, just a very simple and basic application using Django. This will give us a basic idea of how to write an application for Django. So let's do it. So first of all, I am using the terminal here, and using the terminal I am creating one folder. One folder is one directory. The directory that I'm creating is an environment directory in which I will be creating a Django application. So the first thing that I would do is to create an environment first. So this is the environment that I've created. So this is the environment. Using the I have created one directory. I can use this directory as an environment, or I can directly apply the command to create the environment using Python. Something like this. It will be Python 3 for Linux, and for Windows simple Python command will work. So what it is trying to do is it's trying to access the test_env, since it already exists. So it's trying to find out the main, means it is treating as a package. So since there is nothing in it, so it fails. So for that purpose, first thing that I'm going to do is to remove the directory test_env. Then I will use the command python 3 -m venv. This option is required to inform Python that I'm going to create a virtual environment. So the virtual environment is the environment that I'm going to create in the directory that is test_env. So inside of this directory I'm going to create a virtual environment. It will take some time to create the entire virtual environment. So let's check. First of all, let's check what is created there inside of this. So this what we can see that is there is one directory that is already created by Python, and inside this directory we will navigate. So we will navigate inside this directory, and let's see what is there. So what we can see is that here what it has created few folders and on configuration file. So the virtual environment is successfully created. So what it does is it just installs the basic few things which are required for the Python to work successfully, like pip is a Python package manager. So it's a program that accesses Python repository over the internet, and it downloads the required libraries from there into the local machine, and then it creates it installs those packages. So whenever we are going to work for in a Python environment, so first thing that we need to do is to create a Python virtual environment first, and then inside that environment we will activate the environment. The second step would be to activate the environment. So we are going to just activate this environment. So for that purpose we will enter into the bin directory. From there we can see less minus ltr. What we can see is that although these are just the soft links which are pointing to the existing Python module or the Python 3, that is that program which is already installed in my machine, so it's pointing that. Even I can use here in this virtual environment, I don't need to use Python 3. I can, if I wish, I can, but it's not mandatory for me to use Python 3 now, because Python, on the only Python that is also available here. And the interesting thing is pip is also installed here. What we can see is that the size 245 bytes, so it's the same size. So it's the same program with the different names: Python 3, pip 3.11, pip 3, or pip, all are same. So I can invoke the command using pip, simply pip, or pip 3, or pip 3.11. The thing that now what we'll do is to activate this environment. The virtual environment is created successfully. Now I have to activate this environment. So for that purpose I will use .activate. So what we'll do is just see the prompt has changed. The name of the environment is appended at the beginning, it's added at the beginning of the prompt. So and what we can see is that test_env, that was the name of our environment, virtual environment, and the virtual environment name is added at the very beginning of the prompt. This means that my virtual environment is successfully activated. Now the next step that I'll be doing here is to install Django here, because Django is a separate, it comes with a separate package. So Django is a separate package, so I have to install that package. So I have to use the Python's pip, the package manager, to download that package over the internet and install in the virtual environment that in which we are currently working. So for that purpose I need access to the internet, otherwise it will simply fail. So I'm going to access the internet first. Then I will install Django, that package, using pip. So pip, for that purpose I will move to the top level directory of our virtual environment, that is test_env. So this is the top level directory where of our virtual environment, and that is test_env. Here in this directory we will be installing that package, that is Django. So I will be using the command pip install Django. Okay, so it is downloading pip, it is downloading Django, that package, and that Django package is currently getting installed. Once it gets installed, we'll be able to access it, because we'll be working with the Django libraries and tools and all other things which are built inside of Django. So here it's gradually downloading. That it will take some time to download, depending on the speed of the internet. Well, we are done. Our Django is installed. Now we can use Django. For that purpose, what we'll be doing is we need to first create. See, the Django is using the Django pack. Django itself, we have the command using Django admin. It's a Django admin is a command. So inside of this test underscore env, we can create the Django project. Inside of this project, we can create multiple applications or apps. So the architecture is something like this. We have a project. Inside of this project, we have multiple apps. So accordingly, we will configure the system. So the main thing here is that Django, we need to configure the project according to our requirements, and the Django will be, and first of all we have to create one project. Inside that project, inside the project we will be creating multiple apps. So the first thing is that we will be creating a very simple project. So the command will be Django admin. So here it will be start project, and then the name of the project. So it's just a test project. So that's all. So here we have created one project, and the name of the project is test underscore project. So we can check it here. So now we can see that one folder or the directory has been created, and this is the name of this directory is test underscore project. The name of the project that we gave as the parameter for the Django admin command. So Django admin command is used to create a project. The name of the project is given as an argument or parameter, and the first parameter that will passing through here, the instruction to create a project. Start project means to create a project. Here when we go inside this test underscore project, what we can see is there are basically two things. So we can see here ls minus ltr. So you can see here there is a file manage.py, and there is another directory that is test underscore project. So manage.py is using the extension, we can easily guess that this is just a Python program rather. test underscore project directory. Inside this test underscore project, if you go inside this test underscore project and if we check what is there inside of it, we can see that there are several Python files, and each file has its own significance. We will be dealing basically with the main files that we'll be dealing with, the urls.py and settings.py. And see here, there is one file _init_.py. This is just an empty file because its size is 0 bytes. So it's an empty file to mean that this is a package. So we are working inside a package. So that's why _init_.py, this file is here. And we will be we can just, and manage.py is something we just get out of this folder, the directory, and we are now in the root directory of the project. The root directory of the project, inside of this root directory, we can check that we have one manage.py and another directory. Then the name of the directory is same as the name of the project. So this manage.py, this is very important here, because whenever we are going to run the application, means to test the application, we have to use manage.py. So manage.py, let's execute this. Python manage.py, then the argument would be run server. The argument would be run server. So run server, when we pass this argument, what we'll do is that Django, we will be able to run this project with a browser, web browser. We can access it, means the application runs and we can access it using web browser. So this is very fine to test it locally. So as you can see here, we have successfully run, and we can access this application. Since we have created just an empty application, it doesn't have anything configured till now, so it will just simply show something which is default. So if we access this link using a web browser, say Mozilla Firefox, we can access this using a web browser, say Mozilla Firefox. And we can access this using Mozilla Firefox. So what we can do is just, we can see here, if we just copy the link and paste it, and so you can see that we can see a web page, and it says that the install worked successfully. Congratulations. So it shows us a message that the application has been configured, and the application is accessible now. It is ready for further modifications or further enhancements. So we can easily access it. It's working fine. Now we will just configure it. Very little configuration will do in this video, and here the configuration would be to, we will go inside this test underscore project. There we can see that there is a file that is settings.py. Settings.py is there, or urls.py is there. So what we can see is inside this urls.py, we can access urls dot py. We can use nano text editor here. So urls dot py, once you open the url dot py, you can see that there is an this is the file where Python all the mappings against the URLs are given. So here we can, this is actually added at the end of the URL. So admin slash means we can add admin slash admin at the end. So this is what is mentioned here. This is what is, if we type this string at the end of the URL, the existing URL was this, till this. Since it is not running right now, so we will not be able to access it right now. But the thing is that here this is the URL, and at the end of this URL we can type the string which is mentioned the path. So admin here is, this is admin. So admin, if we give here admin, we can check. Let's first exit from here, then run this, and then we can access this URL. Refresh the page, you can see that the admin page has opened. Since this is present there in the URL urls.py, so we are able to access it. Otherwise we cannot type something which is not available in the urls.py, and if we attempt to access using something which is not mentioned urls.py, then we won't be able to access it. So if we type that something like this, we won't be able to, because here it is unable to find this test. Test is not mapped here yet, so it is saying that it is unable to find the page. So page not found 404, this is displayed. So we want to get out of this message. Say we want to now, if we type here test here, we should see something working. So if we want to desire to do that, then what we can do is, inside of test underscore project, we can configure urls.py. So nano urls.py. Here what we can see is, here we can simply here write, like here if we give or type in path and then something like test, and we want to access the same thing as admin. So admin.site.urls. Now we can access these two, control X, then yes, then we can run this once more. Now if I do this test and hit this page, we will be able to access that same admin page, because it is now able to find using urls.py the string which we have mentioned in the urls.py. So it is able to find, and I'm saying that load that login page, that is admin page. So that instruction is given there, so it is loading that page. So in this way it is trying to find out the URL mapping from urls.py, that file. So this is just a basic Python application, just a demonstration of how Python works, and in the next videos we'll be going in deep we will be going deep inside of this all the things that we are yet to cover. Thank you.